Wintry night out there right now, but get ready for weather whiplash. It's going to feel like spring tomorrow and just keep getting warmer. Meteorologist Erika Paige is tracking it all. So Erika, how long can we expect these warmer temperatures to stick around?
So for a little while, then we're going to see things kind of cool off once again by the end of this week, and then we're going to warm back up again by next weekend. So it's a little bit of this back and forth that we're going to be battling, feeling like winter, then we go back to spring, and then it feels like winter again. But the good news is, for those of you that are just ready for spring to be here, these winter bursts really are just very short-lived. We don't have a lot of time where we're going to be dealing with them for a longer period. All right, this is a live look outside from our Parma Tower camera, zoomed in there on downtown Cleveland, looking at it from the west side. So again, it is a beautiful night, little chilly out there if you've been out and about so far this evening. You definitely want to have some of those extra layers with you. But the good news is we're actually going to gain some ground as we go through the overnight tonight, because we've got winds coming back in out of the south, and we're going to add a little bit more cloud cover to the mix, and that's what's going to kind of help kickstart our temperatures as we go through early Sunday. Not necessarily significantly. A lot of us are still going to be below freezing, but at least it is a better start from where we are now. This warming trend will last as we go through the early part of the work week. We are tracking a better opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms by Tuesday, and that precedes a cold front that will roll through by Wednesday and give us that bigger shakeup to the weather pattern that we've been talking about. Downtown right now, 26 degrees, Hopkins at 22. You can see that south wind coming in right around 7 miles per hour. So it will eventually help us warm up those temperatures. But if you still have to step out tonight, let the dog out one last time. It is going to be a chilly one. Mansfield, Worcester, Akron, you're all sitting into the upper teens, especially farther away from the lakeshore you get, the colder some of that air is going to be. Ashtabula at 20, Lorain 21, Sandusky right now at 25. And we are waiting on a little bit more of this cloud cover to arrive. You can actually see it just off to our northwest. Doesn't bring us anything in the way of rain or even snow as we head through the overnight tonight. It just will help to kind of put a little bit of an insulator on our sky as we go through the next several hours. I know you can't see it from our new Philly camera, but you can kind of see some of the lines coming in from that moon so bright tonight. In case you were wondering, if you stepped out earlier this evening, we are enjoying the full moon of the month of February. It is called the snow moon. It's technically a micro moon because it's actually in its farthest point in its orbit away from Earth, so it will appear a little bit smaller, but we call it the snow moon just because we're in the middle of the winter season and we typically see snow this time of the year in North America. Of course, that's not the case for us this year. We're going to walk you through if there are any snow chances in our forecast coming up. It always seems like these ups and downs and temperature swings, especially when they're so drastic, always seem to bring on a little bit more of that illness. So some good things to remember there. All right, as we go through tomorrow, it is a very different story than what we dealt with today. That is the next big thing we are tracking. Yes, some cold temperatures in the morning, but a pretty nice afternoon for late February standards. Sure, it's going to be windy. Winds out of the south could gust upwards of 30 miles per hour at times, but that's actually going to help us draw in just a little bit more of that heat to kind of kickstart this warm up that we're going to experience as we go through the early part of this next week. We have several opportunities of tracking more spring-like temperatures, not only next week, but even into next weekend. But there will be a little bit of a disruption to that. And that will happen as we look ahead towards the middle part of the work week with a big cold front that's going to be making its way through the country. And you can see that the severe outlook already posted for Tuesday encompasses places like central Michigan all the way down into the Arklatex region. So this is what we're going to be monitoring closely. We're going to monitor a lot of the new data concerning how this system will evolve over the next couple of days. But if you're traveling west, say west of Toledo on Tuesday, maybe you have work plans that will take you this direction, please keep a close eye on the forecast, because this is going to be one of those setups, I think, that will have some pretty strong winds possible with any storms that develop. And we'll have to see how early or how late these storms continue to form and then eventually roll into Northeast Ohio, because that will greatly determine whether or not we could see potentially any strong to severe weather here. So let's take you to Tuesday. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice that we're starting to pick up on a little bit of that rain moving into the area. This is all out ahead of what's going to be more so a warm frontal boundary making its way into the region. That in and of itself can be enough to spark showers and thunderstorms. So I do anticipate that as we go through late Tuesday night and headed into early Wednesday, this is going to be more common for us. But this is the front, and this is what we're going to have to watch pretty closely to see how quickly it arrives and the timing of it. Because if it moves through during the overnight and if we get a lot of rain, say earlier in the day, that may mess with any severe weather opportunities for us. But if it moves through a little bit quicker, well, then this could really change the story. So right now, we're going to kind of go through the middle of the road scenario. And I do think that that brings that cold front in for us once we get into early Wednesday morning, and eventually keeping those temperatures falling as we go through the day. So any rain around first thing Wednesday will quickly change over to some snow. We could see some minor accumulation, but it is going to still be pretty soggy, so I don't anticipate a whole lot of issues. But again, we'll have to watch and see how quickly that colder air starts to filter in, because it is going to get cold. You notice Thursday's temperature, 32 degrees. Yeah, it's going to feel very wintry as we wrap up the month of February, but we will rebound fast. Friday into Saturday, we are on a warming trend that's even going to take us likely even warmer than Saturday's 55 as we look ahead towards next Sunday. So it is just a brief couple days where we have to worry about some of those colder temperatures. Today was one, next Thursday is another. And in the meantime, we get to enjoy a nice warm up for us. Temperatures into the upper 40s tomorrow. We're back almost close to 60 degrees by Monday.